The Cleveland Clinic, it's one of the most esteemed medical institutions in the world. And just this past week, amazing news broke, which is that previously on campus, specifically in the food court of the clinic, there was a McDonald's. Yes, the Golden Arches. And I know what you're thinking. One, McDonald's really isn't food to begin with.
Are there lips and eyeballs in there, Jimmy?
No, it's 100% beef trimmings.
And two, isn't that a bit ironic that McDonald's, a purveyor of junk food, is being served in a hospital where people, meaning patients, visitors, and employees, need the maximum nutrition possible? And yes, I thought the same exact thing. When I first read this article in the Plain Dealer, the reporter described it as an irony as thick as the Big Macs on the menu, which I thought was a great analogy. But I now want to analyze a couple of my thoughts on this story. So one, being a libertarian, I was super excited to see this because there was no government or regulatory involvement in this decision by the clinic to kick McDonald's, frankly, to the curb. And what's even better is the fact that the Cleveland Clinic isn't saying to employees or patients, we're not going to care for you or you're fired if you eat McDonald's. Instead, they're just saying, if you want this food, simply go across the street. Here at a hospital, we need to nurture a more healthful environment. Secondly, a couple weeks back, I met with Congressman Tim Ryan and we discussed food and diet and how that impacts our health. He was telling me, although it was in the context of the Affordable Care Act / Obamacare, he said that it is impossible for us to have an extensive conversation on healthcare or the health crisis in this country if we neglect to talk about diet. He quoted Hippocrates as saying, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And I think that is, again, super important. We can't have this necessary conversation without considering diet before prescription drugs. So again, super excited there was no government involvement or Mayor Michael Bloomberg intervening with his soda pop regulations. And then lastly, speaking of soda and Coke, I think there still needs to be much progress made at the Cleveland Clinic if they want to become fully a place ridden of toxins in food, because McDonald's, surprisingly, as one employee pointed out in the article upon being interviewed, he said that McDonald's was actually a great place because it was the only place in the entire campus to serve regular Coke. Now, of course, to be clear, Coke is awful in the first place. It's full of high fructose corn syrup and other added and unnecessary sugars. But more importantly, Diet Coke is even worse. I'm really shocked and surprised that the clinic is seemingly not informed on aspartame in Diet Coke. It makes you actually eat more and ultimately gain more calories, and it's, to my knowledge, a neurotoxin. That blows my mind. So, of course, again, in the bigger picture, this is an important story to consider because people in these places need to eat more healthy meals and not this disgusting plastic that they're currently serving. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this story. Do you think the clinic is being, as some people say, almost fascist in how it's seemingly regulating people's diets? Or is it a good choice? And also something else to consider, do you think, or rather, why is it economically logical for the Cleveland Clinic to kick, again, McDonald's to the curb? Because my way of thinking is that if they would actually keep McDonald's, they could ultimately create more potentially sick patients and then up their revenue. Let me know in the comments below. Peace, love, and liberty. Andrew Demeter, signing out.